AP coordinators, do you like to party? If so, just hang on a little bit longer. The party of the year is almost here.
That's right. I'll be co-hosting our annual release party of the AP Coordinators Manual Part 2. This year's party will be available on demand starting February 4th, 2025. We'll be highlighting what's new for this year, and here's a secret just between us. We'll also cover a few things that are so new they didn't even make it into the manual.
Don't miss it. You can connect to the video at collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience. Again, that's collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience.
No cover charge for this party. We'll see you then. Coordinated. Episode 258. Requests for Accommodations.
Greetings, AP coordinators. Derek Cometa here, Senior Director, AP Coordinator Experience for the AP program and former AP coordinator.
And I'm Karli Suge, School Counselor, AP Coordinator, and for the purposes of today's conversation, also SSD Coordinator.
Thanks for joining us. It's Monday, January 13th, 2025, and coming up very soon, an important date. The date by which requests for accommodations for AP exams and required documentation must be submitted. More details in just a moment, making this the place to be to hear all the latest and greatest in the world of AP coordinators.
It's game time for SSD coordinators with an assist from AP coordinators. We're ready. Bring it on. It's time to get coordinated.
Good morning, Karli. Clearly 2025 is off to a positive start for you. Bring it on. I like it.
Good morning, Derek. And yes, I'm feeling good. I'm ready for this conversation. As someone who has both roles, AP coordinator and SSD coordinator, I got this. I've been doing this for years.
Good point. This is an annual event, and the big date this year, January 24th, 2025.
Right. Requests for accommodations for AP exams and complete documentation, if required, must be submitted to College Board by January 24th, 2025. This is to ensure that decisions are made in time for AP exam orders to be finalized and exam materials to be shipped.
Mic drop, January 24th, an important date.
Yes, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I feel like we may be going a little too fast for some of our colleagues who are new to the role this year. Can we press rewind a bit and start at the very beginning?
Good idea. Let's do that. So, Karli, you mentioned that you are both the AP coordinator and the SSD coordinator for your school.
That's correct. And while that is fairly common, not every school is set up that way. Sometimes the roles are split between two different people. Sometimes I wish it was that way at my own school.
I can understand. So if you are a new AP coordinator this year and you do not know who the SSD coordinator is,
it's definitely time to ask your principal or other school leaders. No time to waste because...
Because it might be you?
Yes, because it might be you and no one remembered to tell you.
Sadly, that would not be the first time we've heard that story, Karli.
Nope, but it's not too late. We still have some time and we can help get things moving along with this conversation.
And we can help our students as well. After all, it's all about our students. Students with documented disabilities may be eligible for accommodations on AP exams. However,
to take an AP exam with accommodations, a student must be approved by the College Board SSD office. Providing accommodations to students without College Board approval will result in cancellation of these student scores. Don't go there. Once approved for accommodations, with some exceptions, a student remains approved across all College Board programs and doesn't need to submit another accommodations request. However,
we're trading off the howevers here, Karli. Good teamwork. However, it's critical that students and schools clearly identify the accommodations needed for each test. These tests have different components and testing conditions, and what may be appropriate for one test may not apply to another test.
And the SSD coordinator uses SSD Online to submit requests. SSD Online is a separate platform from AP registration and ordering. Requests for accommodations are not submitted through AP registration and ordering.
We can visit collegeboard.org/SSD online for more information about submitting, tracking, and managing requests for accommodations. Again, that's collegeboard.org/SSD online, all one word there. We'll put that link in the show notes. Karli, question. What if, and I hate to say this, what if a school misses the deadline to request accommodations? What should they do?
That's a good question, and this does happen. Sometimes we don't receive the request or necessary paperwork until later in the school year. If this is the case, submit the request as soon as possible. In my personal experience, the SSD team is amazing and seemingly does everything they can to review accommodations, even those that are submitted after the deadline. Just no guarantees, Derek.
Yes, but we can guarantee a coordinated podcast call to action.
Yes, we can. Fellow AP coordinators, be sure to connect with your SSD coordinator just to make sure that everything is good to go for January 24th. No time to waste. And whether that means seeking out a colleague on campus or just looking in the mirror, either way, it's important that the AP coordinator and the SSD coordinator are in sync and keeping those accommodations for students, coordinated.
AP coordinators, thanks again for joining us. We'll be back again next week to talk in more detail about one very common accommodation. Hello. Extended time, anyone?
Until then, thank you, my friends, and for all our support of AP students. Yep, our support. AP coordinators, we are truly good as gold.
And maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.
AP coordinators, that sound you hear? Yep, that's your reminder to register for one of the most popular live resources for AP coordinators.
Yes, and this year it's more popular than ever. Hello, digital testing, hybrid digital testing, a full week of late testing, PPRs for AP computer science principals. Whew, there's a lot going on.
There is. And let's talk about it. Join us to ask questions or just to listen in to what others are asking and answering.
Chat with a Coordinator is what it's all about. These small group Zoom sessions start up again in February and run all the way through the end of April. Register now for your preferred date and time.
Or maybe your preferred dates and times, plural. After all, some coordinators attend more than once.
That's right. Link to register in the show notes.
Or you can go to collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience. Again, that's collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience.
Get ready to chat it up. Get ready for Chat with a Coordinator.